So when the physically school started after the COVID, so there were lots of learning deficiency in the children. Because बहुत सारे बच्चे तो स्कूल आके वो भीड़ को देख के रोना शुरू कर देते थे.
Welcome to SELINTalks, podcast initiative by Selin Club. We connect, engage, and acknowledge educators globally. Today we have Dr. S.K Rathor as our guest. He's the chairman and managing director of Sanford Group of Schools.
It was very difficult. Socialization बच्चों का खत्म हो गया था कोविड के दौरान. उनका कम्युनिकेशन स्किल्स में काफी डेफिशिएंसी आया. But with the help of parents support and teachers worked very hard. Now I think it's almost normal.
Dr. S.K Rathor, PhD, MSc and MPhil in Physics and MBA in Marketing, started his career as computer engineer in one of the top IT companies in the country in 1991. He started his entrepreneurial journey in 1995 with a little capital, and today he is known as one of the most successful edupreneur in school education. Let's welcome Dr. S.K Rathor. Good morning, sir. It is an honor to have you on SELINTalks today. How are you?
Yeah, good morning. I'm so happy to be a part of this conversation, and I must thank Selin for starting such a great initiative, having podcast and information about the education industry which need to be shared across the masses. Thank you so much for inviting me.
Thank you so much, sir. It has been an honor. So you started Sanford Group of Schools in 1999, if I'm not wrong. Would you like to share about your journey? How did you begin your journey as an educator, as an innovator in this sector?
So we started our first preschool in 1999. We started working on that, not started a school. We launched our school in the year 2000 because we started construction of our first preschool in 1999. That was not a Sanford. That time we started just a school only. So we worked for almost 10 years, and then in 2009 we launched the brand Sanford. So since 1999 to 2009 we had two preschools. Then we launched our franchise model in December 2009. So we are going to complete 13 years of Sanford this month only. So so before launching our franchise model, we signed first franchise of Sanford.
Okay. And sir, you started as a computer engineer in one of the biggest IT firms, IT companies of the country. How was that experience? How was that transition from being a computer engineer, then an entrepreneur, an educationist, an innovator, all-rounder?
So I started my professional journey in year 91. I started as computer support engineer in one of the IT, rather trainee computer support engineer in one of the IT company, large IT company of the country. Then I worked in that field with the same company for almost 1.5 years. Then I quit that job and I started my own computer company, computer support and hardware company, taking franchise of the same company where I was working for. And I continued working in that field till 2009, 2009 March 31st. But in 1999, we planned to start a preschool for my wife. She has that background. She did her master's in education, but because of family responsibilities, she never went for a job. So when both the kids started going to school, then my father suggested, why not you start a preschool for her? So then we started a preschool for her, and she worked restlessly because neither she nor me were from the same field, and we saw lots of ups and downs because we have to struggle every day with the kids, with the parents, with the teachers, because we were not from the field. So we learned a lot and we worked very hard. I myself also involved in the school, not full time because I was into other field also. partially.
Yeah.
And
Right.
we innovated, and I tell you, that point of time in 1999, 2000, the concept of preschool was not so popular.
Right.
It was very difficult to convince parents to send their kids of 2.5 years or 3 years to the school, because at that point of time, even my kids started going to school after 4 years of the age. So it was very difficult. But what we tried, because I was into the field of computers, and we used to do marketing for that business also. So I have some ideas of marketing, how to market my school. So what we did, we opened a play area of our school for the RWA children to come in the school in the afternoon, come and play, because we have a small swimming pool, we have lots of play equipment there, because it was a big building. So we opened for the open public. Then in the afternoon, in the evening, many of the parents comes with their children, and the children enjoy and they go back. So gradually, this become very popular in the vicinity. Our school become very popular because of the play area what we developed. So gradually we started picking up admissions, and this is the starting of our preschool journey, basically.
Right. Also, I have read that Sanford specifically is based on the UK concept of learning, true smart learning systems. What and how did you get this idea, to inspire the whole, about 250 plus schools and about 2 K-12 schools? I think they are also following the same method. What inspired this whole journey of, the true smart learning system in the schools?
Yeah. So when we started planning for the Sanford, when we started planning to launch a brand, basically. See, we had two preschools before that. When we started working of building a brand, or concept of building a brand, basically, then we studied all the models, successful models which were there in the market at that point of time. So we studied, being a technology person, I found nobody in the preschool at that point of time was using any kind of technology in their system. Nothing was there in the, if we talk about technology, nothing was there in the preschool education.
Right, because I've also not heard about it. Yeah.
Yeah. So many of the K-12 schools were using smart classes and this and that, but no preschool was using. Only alphabet, numbers, colors, rhymes, some role play models. That was there in the preschool education system at that point of time in year 2008. So I traveled a lot. I started exploring what technology I can involve in my preschool. So
I think a lot of research and development has gone into it.
So complete 2008, 2009, almost more than 1 year, I traveled and I researched, and I found some technology that people are using in preschool education in United Kingdom. So so I sourced some software from United Kingdom. And at that point of time, no touchscreen computers or touchscreen panels or touchscreen TVs were there in the market at that point of time.
Not in 2009 that I remember, not at all, I don't think. Yeah.
So I, being into IT field, I sourced touchscreen panels from some other country. I imported that. Then I placed in my school. So first school, what we launched in 2009, December 20th, December 2009. So it was launched with the technology only. So we were the first one to come out with technology enabled preschool solution in the country.
So it was launched with the bank,
yeah. So with the inception of the brand Sanford, we had technology in our system.
Wow, this is truly inspiring. I mean, bringing your, the background of technology, the R&D. I think everything started from zero, and it has now become a very big brand in terms of branding and marketing. I think I think you were, and people who are the core member of your this journey has been very, very integrated into this journey of 250 plus schools. And I see you are also present in 3 countries. Has it happened gradually, or was it happening parallelly to Indian market as well?
No, no, it happens gradually. When we started picking up popularity in the country, then definitely, if you are successful in your country, then neighboring countries may also approach you for opening branches there. So we
ये
started
कौन कौन
getting
सी 3 countries के बारे में what are these 3 countries?
we have branches in Bangladesh, we have branches in Nepal. So Nepal and Bangladesh, because they are very close to India, and
Right.
Bangladesh at one point of time was a part of India only.
Yeah, it was.
है ना?
Yeah.
तो नेपाल में और बांग्लादेश में हमारी branches हैं, and Nepal is responding very well. Even after the COVID, we are getting lots of franchise inquiries from Nepal.
Wow, that's very great. Also, you brought up, after COVID and before COVID, obviously those 2 years must have been a little dreadful in terms of growth. But I'm sure the technology that you had brought in, was it in favor, or was it because I'm sure because you launched with technology, the teachers and everybody, the staff was already equipped with it. How was the transition into fully, teaching from home or using these tech institutes that were there, they were facing a little bit of issue in the transition? How was it for you?
See, whatever technology we were using in our system, that was classroom technology basically.
Okay.
That could be used in the school itself. Small touchscreen computers were replaced by large touchscreen panels, because now we have large panels. So we have complete smart class setup in each of our branch. But it was a big challenge for us how to engage our children during the COVID. How to start our session well on time when the lockdown was announced. So I just wanted to tell you, the preschool teachers, whatever teachers we have in our system, we had rather before the COVID. So across the country, any brand, any single unit preschool or unbranded preschool or premium or any kind of preschool, no teacher of preschool were technologically so advanced. They were not equipped with the trainings and all that.
अच्छा.
उनको Facebook और WhatsApp चलाना तो आता है सभी को, but how to use the application?
जी, correct.
So it was very difficult. So, but my team worked very, very hard. We trained our teachers across the country what we had. At that point of time, we had some nearly 3,000 teachers in our system across the country.
Wow. Yeah.
So we had lots of training sessions online, and we tried to equip them with enough knowledge to how to use application online, how to engage children. It was not a question of using the technology. It was how to engage children online also.
Effectively, correct. कैसे effectively use किया जाए?
Yeah.
That was, I think, the challenge for all of us.
Yes. So application तो केवल एक window दे देती है, जैसे मैं और आप बात कर रहे हैं. But how to engage ourselves? It was a big challenge, because we had to cater children of 2.5 years, 3 years, 4 years of the age, which was very difficult. It is very difficult to make them engage in the classroom also. So how to engage
shorter
them
attention, shorter attention span, right?
So 2020 was very, very challenging to convince the parents also, because parents का भी ये था कि 2 साल का बच्चा, 3 साल का बच्चा क्या ऑनलाइन पढ़ेगा.
जी.
So it was very difficult.
Parents का I think वो transaction जो हम बार बार बोलते हैं screen का and everything, it kind of increase. एक तरीके से benefit ही हुआ obviously. But how was it जब सारी चीजें, obviously there's obviously pre, post, and now whatever we are in, thankfully सब सारी चीजें काफी settle down हो गई. How is it now? अभी भी बच्चे are more interested to learn screen पे, or is it, the transition has been good in terms of classroom learning के हिसाब से कैसा रहा है वो transition? Screen से, live.
I tell you, 2020 was very challenging, because it was very difficult to convince the parents also.
Correct.
One thing. So second thing, it was very difficult because parents were not that much of technologically. Parents are also not advanced.
Yeah.
But 2021, because the COVID continued to in 2021 also. So 2021, we were able to engage the children. We were able to, convince the parents. So 2021, we have a good number of students in our system. So we had some more than 6,500 students we were teaching online, preschool students. So now when the physically schools, so when the physically schools started after the COVID, so there were lots of learning deficiency in the children, because बहुत सारे बच्चे तो स्कूल आके वो भीड़ को देख के रोना शुरू कर देते थे,
राइट,
है ना? तो इट वाज वेरी डिफिकल्ट. सोशलाइजेशन बच्चों का खत्म हो गया था कोविड के दौरान, उनका कम्युनिकेशन स्किल्स में काफी डेफिशिएंसी आया. But with the help of parents support and teachers worked very hard. Now I think it's almost normal. So there's no problem now.
Brilliant. Yeah, I think there has been a lot of ways that you might have gotten into it. Kids, I think there is obviously बच्चों का future, बच्चे जहाँ से start करते हैं. How is it interacting with parents? How do you, आप उनसे कैसे connect कर पाते हैं in terms of कि ये टेक्नोलॉजिकल बैरियर है या बच्चों में कम्युनिकेशन स्किल्स का देयर वाज अ गैप ऑब्वियसली. So how do you inspire parents as a leader, as an innovator, as an educationist? How, because you've been running workshops also for parents. How what is that experience like?
See, before the COVID, parents were not aware what school were doing in the classroom.
Correct.
Because parents were never allowed to enter in the classroom. During the COVID, parents entered in the classroom.
Virtually, of course.
Virtually. So we make parents as a part of our system. We requested them to become a facilitator for us at home.
Oh.
We had n number of sessions for the parents how to do the activities, because whatever monthly planners we used to send, so we our teachers had session with parents how to deliver that in the classroom, because they were the facilitators. What kind of what kind of activities we are planning and how to do that activity with the children. So parents help us a lot. I think parents help all the educators across the country.
Sure.
Otherwise 2 साल तो 0 year ही होना था अगर parents नहीं system का part बनते. So during the COVID, parents come forward gradually and they helped all the schools, and then we were able to deliver the right education virtually also. So one thing. Second thing, I personally had sessions with all the parents of my students across the country in any of the branches.
Wow.
I personally entered into the PTM, virtual PTMs what we had. So that inspires the parents, because if I am sitting in Noida, the chairman of the brand is also so much involved. They are talking to, I'm talking to each and every parent. So that inspired parents how to come forward.
Of course.
To come forward. Yeah.
Right.
So
even I believe in that idea.
Yeah, everybody in the system worked very, very hard. And after the COVID is over, now there's lots of changes we have seen in the parents' behavior, because the parents who were not aware before the COVID what is happening in the classroom, how painful it is for the teachers to handle a single child of 2 years and 2.5 years of the age, they understood it during the COVID.
Of course, yeah.
So now all of a sudden the respect of the teachers among the parents has increased multifold.
Wow, that's very. I think it is very important for a visionary of any brand, any company, especially if you're in education sector. It is very, very important for parents or the end user or the end consumer to know कि brand के पीछे का जो visionary है, who is that as a person, because जहाँ पे connection का lacking हो गया, I think there is a there's an impact that lacks. So here I think you have done a very brilliant job कि आपने एक virtual parent meeting में, and right now also you're very involved with the workshop called Art of Parenting. आप उसके बारे में थोड़ा और can we talk about that more?
See, parenting never comes with the reading of 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 books on
For
parenting.
sure. Right.
Parenting पढ़ने से नहीं आएगी. See, parenting आपके experience से ही आती है. So
जी.
when me and my wife become parents, we were not aware how to handle the children. But fortunately, we were living with our parents, so everything went very well. So in today's time, because of the nuclear families, the parent doesn't know, young parent doesn't know how to deal with the young children. कैसे उनकी प्रॉब्लम्स को एड्रेस किया जाए, कैसे उनके अंदर संस्कार बिल्ड किए जाएं. सो आई टेल यू, रेजिंग माय ऑन 2 किड्स, है ना, मेरे दोनों बच्चे बड़े हो गए. बेटी की तो शादी हो गई है, बेटा अभी बहुत या थैंक यू सो मच. तो दोनों बच्चे मेरे साथ बिजनेस में इन्वॉल्व हैं. Second thing, almost more than 80,000 kids had passed on from our schools. So
that is
80,000 से ज्यादा 80,000 से ज्यादा बच्चों से मिलना, उनसे बात करना, उनकी प्रॉब्लम समझना, उनको एड्रेस करना, 1,60,000 पेरेंट्स को डील करना, उनकी प्रॉब्लम्स को समझना और उनके सॉल्यूशंस देना उनको. तो ये जो पूरी जर्नी रही है हमारी, ऑलमोस्ट we had completed almost 22 years in this field. तो ये 22 साल में जो हमने लाखों पेरेंट्स से मिलके हजारों बच्चों को डील करके जो समझ में आया है, वो पेरेंटिंग है बेसिकली. उससे जो निकल के आया है वो पेरेंटिंग है. और छोटे बच्चों को समझने के लिए स्पेसिफिकली हमें उनके लेवल पे नीचे आना पड़ता है. हमें 3 साल के बच्चे की साइकी समझने के लिए 3 साल का बनना पड़ेगा.
This is very insightful.
Then only we can understand how that child is, thinking about anything. So I have seen all the phases of childhood and adulthood also, because I have 2 kids. तो उनका जो चाइल्डहुड है शायद मैंने उतना एंजॉय नहीं किया. तो अभी मैं अपने बच्चों का एंजॉय करता हूँ. जो मेरे स्कूल्स में बच्चे हैं वो सारे मेरे अपने बच्चे हैं, तो उनको जो एंजॉय करता हूँ, तो पेरेंट्स की प्रॉब्लम्स को समझ के, बिकॉज इन टुडेज टाइम इट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर द पेरेंट टू अंडरस्टैंड देयर चाइल्ड. बच्चे को समझना बहुत जरूरी है, बिकॉज ये अगर बच्चे में कोई डेफिशिएंसी भी है तो पेरेंट नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड एंड एक्सेप्ट इट.
राइट.
तो जब तक आप किसी भी प्रॉब्लम को एक्सेप्ट नहीं करेंगे, तब तक उसका सॉल्यूशन नहीं फाइंड आउट करेंगे. तो मैं जो पेरेंटिंग वर्कशॉप करता हूँ, तो मैं जो पेरेंटिंग वर्कशॉप करता हूँ, उसमें केवल पेरेंट्स को वही बातें, और उससे पेरेंट्स कनेक्ट भी करते हैं, क्योंकि जो बातें और जो प्रॉब्लम्स, जो इश्यूज वो डेली एनकाउंटर करते हैं, आई टॉक अबाउट दैट ओनली एंड आई गिव द सॉल्यूशन फॉर दैट. So that's why I travel to each and every branch of mine once in a year at least, to meet the parents, and whenever I visit the branch, I meet the parent and I conduct parenting workshop for the parents. So this is my job basically. And during the pandemic, I did n number of parenting sessions online, and those sessions were so much appreciated. I personally received many mails and SMSs and WhatsApp और Facebook पे, Messenger पे, दुनिया भर के messages of the appreciation, and people started coming out with their problems also.
Yeah, I think बहुत commendable है, कि you are, as a leader, you are always engrossed in who is going to be benefiting from the organization. Apart, obviously, the kids are involved, their future actually वो decide ही वहीं पे होता है. In terms of, obviously, there are a lot of different ways to handle a kid. आप as a educator, as a leader of the organization, I think connecting with each and every parent, आप once in a year अपनी सारी branches में जाते हैं, which is very commendable. I mean, it shows a lot about you as a leader who's connected with people so closely. Very, very commendable, sir. It is really astounding to know that this is also actually taking place. you have been awarded as the most successful edupreneur in the education sector of India. How does that feel?
See, there are lots many definitions of the success. You know? For
Of course.
the definition of successful, being success, or this and that will be different for everybody. For me, the definition of success is how you are working and how the parents are appreciating your work, basically. How the parents and children are benefited out of your work. So I think, see, if I talk about numbers, there are other brands who have much bigger number than me. So
Right.
if I have 250 plus preschools, then other brands have 500, 700, 1200. So if we compare these numbers, then I am not so much successful. But yes, if I talk about the satisfaction level of the parents, the development of the children, and the kind of respect we are getting in the industry and in the society, I believe I am successful. What I have decided to do in this field, I am doing that, and I love to do that. So I am not running behind the numbers. I am not running behind the money. I am running behind the cause what me and my wife decided 22 years to give to the society. So numbers will come automatically. Yeah.
22 years in the making, all of this goal has, it's I think it was a vision that you decided, and you're working forward with it.
Yeah.
Right. So nowadays there is a lot of mental health पे बहुत there is obviously parents का mental health, there is बच्चों का mental health that has been taken into account, and काफी सारी चीजें post covid हो चाहे but post covid शायद हमने और realize करना शुरू हो गया है कि mental health भी बहुत important है. How do you address, आप कैसे address करते हैं किसी बच्चे की mental health या parents जो involved हैं आपके साथ? How do you address that specifically?
See, the only thing what is very, very important about the mental health is you need to create happy environment. You need to create happy environment at home, at workplace, and at school also. So right. you need to think positively. So whenever I meet parents, so there are not many people who talk about सर आप इतने खुश कैसे रह लेते हैं. पैंडेमिक के टाइम में मुझे बहुत सारे फोन आए, यार आप कैसे खुश रह लेते हो यार, इतना ज्यादा प्रॉब्लम चल रही है, सारे स्कूल बंद पड़े हैं, हाउ यू कीप योरसेल्फ सो हैप्पी. So I just said, yeah, I started my entrepreneur journey with 40,000 rupees what I saved from my salary. So from 40,000 rupees I have reached to this stage. So till the time that 40,000 remains with me, I am happy.
Wow.
तो आपको अपने माइंड को ट्रेन करना पड़ेगा टू थिंक पॉजिटिव.
राइट.
तो मैं पेरेंट्स से जब भी बात कर आई स्टार्टेड विद 40,000. आई डिडंट टेक एनीथिंग फ्रॉम माय पेरेंट्स कि मुझे बिजनेस शुरू करना है, मुझे पैसा दे दो. आई नेवर आस्क माय पेरेंट्स. तो मैं जब भी पेरेंट्स से मिलता हूँ, उन पेरेंट्स से यही बात करता हूँ, पेरेंटिंग वर्कशॉप के दौरान भी यही बात करता हूँ कि both the parents need to be happily living in front of the child. आप बच्चों के साथ में, और बच्चों के साथ खेलना बहुत जरूरी है. आप 1 घंटे के लिए अपने मोबाइल को साइड में रख दो, आप टीवी बंद कर दो, आप किचन का काम भी छोड़ दो 1 घंटे के लिए. 1 घंटा केवल और केवल हंसी मजाक खेलना, जो बच्चा चाहता है वैसे करो आप. तो आपको हैप्पी एनवायरनमेंट बनाना पड़ेगा घर पे, खुद को भी हैप्पी रखने के तरीके ढूंढने पड़ेंगे. Then only you will come out with the mental issues what everybody is facing these days, because everybody is living in the era of EMI basically.
Of course.
So we need to reduce the EMIs. So I always my father used to say me, beta आप जितना, अगर if you have 100 rupees in your pocket, spend 80 only, 20 needs to be saved. So that kind of thing we need to understand. और बहुत सारे इश्यूज हैं, सोशल इश्यूज हैं, बहुत सारे फाइनेंशियल इश्यूज हैं, जिनको लेके आज के टाइम में इश्यूज रहते हैं. हम मेंटल हेल्थ हमारी डिस्टर्ब रहती है. but
जी
no doctor can make you happy. You need to yourself counsel yourself. You are the best counselor of yourself.
right. Very true in terms of कि self, एक बारी self को आप एक बारी side पे रखें and you're given that 1 hour of a day to kids. I think it's very very not only for the kids, it's for parents also to not just
Yeah, yeah,
focus की पढ़ाई, every screen and everything. It's very important to have humor in life. It's very important to have
yes.
fun times in life. So that gives something to look forward. Sir, you are an innovator, educationist, and a wonderful scholar for the world. How are you for the closest? आपके closest, what indulges you most? How are you at home? How are you with your closest of people? How are you as a person? Apart from the titles that you have been awarded so far.
I'm a happy person. So as I told you, I don't mind what height I will go in future, or what
Right.
downfall I have seen in past also. So every time I goes down, I bounce back with lots of
Yeah.
energy. So
Wow.
I keep to train my mind. हमेशा अपने आप को see, I assess myself and I counsel myself according to the situation. तो
Right.
बहुत सिंपल सी बात है कि आपको क्या देखना है, क्या आप अपने आप से एक्सपेक्ट करते हो. आप जो एक्सपेक्ट करते हो वही उसी पे फिर आप काम करोगे. तो आई थिंक टुडेज वर्ल्ड इज वेरी मेटेरियलिस्टिक. मेटेरियलिस्टिक इज ओके, है ना. मेटेरियलिस्टिक इज ओके अप टू सर्टेन एक्सटेंट, बट
Of course.
you need to live the life also. So I used to spend lots of time with my friends, with my family, and even with my pets. I have 2 dogs. तो उनके साथ में 1 घंटा बात. I used to speak to them 1 hour a day. 1 घंटा उनके साथ बातें करता हूँ.
Wow, this is something that is nowhere written in the research anyway. You've got 2 dogs, and you have been indulging yourself in a very. I think you connect with people very closely to understand and be with them.
And I tell you, see, if you speak the animals also or birds also, they respond. आप अगर उनसे बात करोगे, इवन आप बर्ड से भी बात करोगे, they used to respond. आपको हो सकता है पहले दिन वो देख के उड़ जाएंगे, आपको दूसरे दिन देख के कुछ दिन तक उड़ जाएंगे, फिर वो बैठे रहेंगे, फिर वो थोड़ा पीछे हो जाएंगे जब आप जाओगे उनके पास, फिर थोड़े टाइम बाद वो जब आप जाओगे तो वहीं बैठे रहेंगे, और फिर जब आप बातें करोगे उनसे धीरे धीरे आपको लगेगा कि जैसे वो रेस्पॉन्ड कर रहे हैं आपकी. तो अपने आप को खुश रखने के ना, अपने आप को खुश रखने के तरीके आपको खुद ही इजाद करने पड़ेंगे.
बहुत काफी स्ट्रॉन्ग एडवाइस है, और बड़ी ऐसी एडवाइस है जो पता तो सबको है, इम्प्लीमेंटेशन करने में टाइम भी लगता है. आई थिंक एक्सेप्टेंस भी बहुत ज्यादा जरूरी है इस चीज की, आपको अपने खुद से यू हैव टू टेक इंस्पिरेशन फॉर योरसेल्फ. What is this one lesson that you have learned in these your entrepreneurial journey as an educationist, and एक ऐसा lesson जो आप audience को भी बताना चाहेंगे that you have learned through your hardship, or somebody has inspired you in some manner? What is that one lesson?
See, this is what I can say to the people who wanted to come into entrepreneurship. See, when I think of entering into entrepreneurship, so during the course of that transition, because when you are into a job, a fixed salary comes to your account every month, and you can plan your expenses accordingly. Okay, but when you enter into entrepreneurship, so you have to pay the salaries, and
you are responsible for
you are responsible to run some others house also. तो आप जब एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप में आते हैं तो आपको दूसरों की सैलरी देने के बाद अगर कुछ पैसा बचता है तो आप अपने घर ले जा सकते हैं. इनिशियली तो यही होता है. बट व्हाट आई हैव लर्न ड्यूरिंग दिस almost 2.5 decades of my entrepreneurial journey, you should not have any possibility of U-turn. यू टर्न
the
कोई भी नहीं
ultimate,
होना,
right?
अल्टीमेट यू टर्न नहीं होना चाहिए। सक्सेसफुल होने के लिए आपको फोकस होके एक लाइन पर ही चलना पड़ेगा, और उस लाइन में आपके पास कोई भी आपके पास प्लान बी नहीं होना चाहिए। आपका प्लान बी भी प्लान ए है, प्लान सी भी प्लान ए है। सो दैट्स व्हाई आई रिजाइन फ्रॉम माय जॉब टू स्टार्ट माय ओन जर्नी, बिकॉज आज के दिन में बहुत सारे लोग ऐसे करते हैं, पैरेलली कुछ शुरू कर लिया, चलो ये
Yeah,
थोड़ा सा एक रेस्पेक्टेबल उस पर आ जाएगा तो हम रिजाइन करेंगे। तो आई
baking,
रिजाइन
right?
फर्स्ट, देन आई स्टार्टेड माय ओन बिजनेस, देन आई क्लोज डाउन माय कंप्यूटर बिजनेस, देन आई लॉन्च SELINTalks।
So there was always, completing one and then starting. There was
Yes,
so
you should
yeah,
focus on one thing only, and there should not be any U-turn कि चलो ठीक है, अगर नहीं चला तो मेरे पास दूसरा तो है कुछ, मैं U-turn लेके उसको वापस कर लूंगा। तो
right.
this is the thing what I have learned during this thing, कि आपको फोकस होना पड़ेगा, डिटरमाइन होना पड़ेगा, आपको ये सोचना पड़ेगा कि गिर के खड़े होके फिर चल के फिर गिर के फिर खड़े होके फिर चल के इसी को सक्सेस करना है। कितने भी इसमें हर्डल्स आए, आई हैव टू मेक इट सक्सेसफुल।
Wow. This is, I think, not lot of people, they always tell you कि plan B तो रखो, कुछ option होना चाहिए, that is been engraved in the society कि अगर ये नहीं तो वो kind of a thing कि plan A और plan B रखना ही है, safety net होना चाहिए, I think. But this is very insightful कि focus जब तक नहीं होगा तब तक कैसे चलेगा,
प्लान बी भी
right?
होना चाहिए, प्लान बी ये होना चाहिए कि प्लान ए को कैसे सक्सेसफुल करना है।
Very nice. I think this is better.
हाँ,
Plan B होना चाहिए. Very nice. To support the
मैम
plan
प्लान,
A.
हाँ, बिकॉज प्लान ए जो आपने किया वो स्ट्रेटेजी काम नहीं कर रही है, तो यू नीड टू क्रिएट अनदर
जी.
स्ट्रेटेजी, यू नीड टू फाइंड आउट सम अदर स्ट्रेटेजी, दैट वुड बी योर प्लान बी, बट दैट स्ट्रेटेजी शुड आल्सो बी फॉर द सेम थिंग कि इसको चलो ये स्ट्रेटेजी काम नहीं किया तो नेक्स्ट एक और स्ट्रेटेजी तैयार करते हैं, बट यू नीड टू वर्क ऑन दैट ऑनली।
Right. आपने mention किया कि your kids are also involved in the the organization. How was like to get them? Was it from the beginning that it was decided, or was it seeing you work या उनको भी interest हुआ या कैसा था? क्योंकि they are going to be the second generation of this organization, the entrepreneurial journey that आपने जो शुरू करी है, तो वो what was the transition like there, as in did it start from seeing you work, or was it decided, or how was it? Because I'm very keen to know that.
See, I am a strong believer you should not force your kid to do what you want.
Of course.
Let them decide what they want to do, and go forward in that direction only. तो मैंने अपने दोनों में से किसी भी बच्चे को, ना डॉटर को ना सन को, कभी ये कहा कि आपको इसको आगे लेके जाना है। So my daughter was very much curious about this particular field. So since during her graduation days only, she used to come to school whenever she found time, and she used to travel with me. कि पापा आप किसी कॉन्फ्रेंस में जा रहे हो, मैं भी चलूंगी, कोई एग्जीबिशन है फ्रेंचाइजिंग की तो उसमें मैं भी चलूंगी, तो she used to travel. तो उसे शुरू से इंटरेस्ट था, तो इसलिए आफ्टर द ग्रेजुएशन शी वेंट टू यूनाइटेड किंगडम टू did research in early childhood only. So she is a scholar. She did her research in early childhood learning only from United Kingdom. Right. So उसके केस में उसे पहले दिन से क्लियर था कि मुझे इसी फील्ड में आगे एजुकेशन भी लेनी है, क्योंकि इंडिया में इस तरह का कोई कोर्स नहीं था।
नहीं है, राइट। या
बेटे के केस में he did his education in business studies. After that, okay. I asked him, what do you want to do? You wanted to start something else, or you wanted to come to the same profession? So initially he was not very much clear. तो उसने आना शुरू किया, उसने समझना शुरू किया. Gradually he also found interest into it. तो उसका डिसीजन पहले से था, उसका डिसीजन उसने खुद बाद में समझ के लिया. But both the children are very happy taking forward this brand to the next level.
Right, because lot of kids, मतलब जो second generation, अब जो second generation organization या entrepreneurial के उसमें आ रहे, lot of people are wanting to travel abroad and then want to learn outside and implement in their family business kind of a thing. That has been one part of it. The second part of it, the second generation is not really interested in taking it forward. Both ways, I mean, जो सबकी choice है वो choice है, like you said, किसी को force नहीं करना चाहिए कि what they should do for their future. I think that is also very important. Right. Is there any, if you have a new idea, if you want to give a suggestion to parents, जो communication is the key, जो हम बार बार बोलते हैं, with the kids, with anybody, like आपने बोला nature का rule है connection. आजकल के पेरेंट्स, लाइक यू सेड कि न्यूक्लियर फैमिलीज हैं जहाँ पे the other people are also not that much involved, so वो संस्कार and all, what will be this new tip that you would want to, one tip that you'd want to give to parents to make that communication healthy and effective, like कि ये चीज implement करने से for sure there will be a shift in the relationship that the parents and students, like the kids, have.
See, what I used to say my parents during my parenting workshop. See, parents need to establish a communication channel with the children at very early age.
Correct.
शुरू से ही बच्चों के साथ बहुत ओपनली बात करने का एक माहौल घर में बनाना बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट है,
जरूरी है.
उसके बहुत सारे फायदे हैं. See, I tell you, if you are having open communication with your kids at early age itself, तो उस बच्चे को सारी बातें अपनी बताने की आदत पड़ जाएगी. उसके मन में कोई फियर नहीं होगा कि मुझे पापा से बात करनी है कैसे बात करूं, या मम्मी से बात करनी है कैसे बात करूं. तो वो ओपनली सारी मदर्स को फादर्स को करना चाहिए. जब बच्चा छोटा है, स्कूल गया है, स्कूल से आया, बेटा आज क्या हुआ स्कूल में, आपके कितने फ्रेंड है, जब नया नया स्कूल जो कितने फ्रेंड बने, क्या नाम है आपकी मैम का, मतलब बेसिक कम्युनिकेशन. तो ये कम्युनिकेशन डेली बेसिस पर होना चाहिए और फ्री कम्युनिकेशन होना चाहिए. पेरेंट्स शुड नॉट स्टॉप चिल्ड्रन टू स्पीक. बच्चों को बीच में नहीं टोकना चाहिए. बच्चों को जो बोल रहे हैं उसकी बात पूरी सुननी चाहिए. पूरी सुनने के बाद अगर लगता है कहीं कोई आपको उसको कोई एडवाइस करनी है, देन ओनली यू शुड एडवाइस. ठीक है, यू शुड नॉट डिक्टेट योर ऑर्डर्स बेसिकली ऑन द चिल्ड्रन.
आई थिंक दैट इज
है ना. तो उसका फायदा क्या है, जब बच्चा बड़ा होता है, प्राइमरी से जब मिडिल एजुकेशन में जाता है, ग्रेड 6, 7, 8 में जाता है, तो एडोलसेंस स्टेज होती है. वो बच्चे में फिजिकली और साइकोलॉजिकली बहुत सारे चेंजेस आते हैं. तो उस स्टेज पे बच्चा फिर भी उसकी आदत है क्योंकि अपनी मम्मी को रोज आके बताता है, अपने पापा को रोज आके बात करता है, तो वो वहां पर भी कोई इश्यूज होंगे तो वो डिस्कस करेगा. फिर जब कैरियर की बात आती है, उसे क्या ऑप्ट करना है 11th में जाके, तो वो भी बड़े खुल के बात करेगा. अगर फादर कहता नहीं IIT जेई में तेरे को बैठना है, बच्चे का इंटरेस्ट ही नहीं, बोला पापा नहीं मुझे नहीं जाना है. लेकिन अगर वो कम्युनिकेशन चैनल आपने नहीं बनाया तो बच्चे को ना चाहते हुए भी आपकी इच्छा के अनुसार उसकी तैयारी करनी होगी और वो उस एग्जाम में बैठेगा जहां पर कि वो अच्छा नहीं कर पाएगा.
जी.
और जब वो कॉलेज में जाएगा, कॉलेज में जाने का बाद यूनिवर्सिटी या कॉलेज में जब बच्चे जाते हैं, और अब्रॉड जो बच्चे जाते हैं, उस केस में क्या है, कॉलेज में यूनिवर्सिटी में जब बच्चे जा रहे हैं, आजकल तो घर से दूर ही जाते हैं, नॉर्मली हॉस्टल्स में रहते हैं, तो बाउंड्रीज जो स्कूल की बाउंड्रीज है वो खत्म हो जाती है. इन केस ऑफ स्कूलिंग यू नो वेयर योर चाइल्ड इज गोइंग. वो वहां से 8 बजे बच्चा स्कूल पहुंच जाएगा, 2 बजे वहां से चलेगा, स्कूल की बस से आपके घर से बाहर ड्रॉप हो जाएगा, आप वहां से लेके अपने घर पर आ जाएंगे. So everybody is in your control. Everything is in your control. But when the child goes to higher education, everything goes out of your control.
Right.
है ना. आपको नहीं पता कि वो लेक्चर अटेंड कर रहा है कॉलेज में या बाहर अपने फ्रेंड्स के साथ घूम रहा है. तो बच्चों को ऐसा एनवायरनमेंट अब शुरू से अगर कम्युनिकेशन का बना देते हैं हम घर पे, तो बच्चे को हर बात आपसे छुपाने की, मतलब ना छुपाने की आदत पड़ जाती है. वो आपसे खुल के बात करता है और लाइफ में कोई भी इश्यूज आते हैं उसको खुल के डिस्कस करता है. उससे क्या है कि बच्चे को, चाहे वो कैरियर रिलेटेड हो या पर्सनल हो, चाहे वो एजुकेशनल हो, एवरी सपोर्ट यू कैन एक्सटेंड ऑन टाइम. तो आई थिंक दिस इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर ईच एंड एवरी पेरेंट, और कि वो बच्चे के साथ खुल के बात करें. क्योंकि क्या होता है जब हम बूढ़े हो जाएंगे, है ना, अगर हमने बच्चों के साथ बात नहीं की जब जरूरत थी, तो बच्चे भी शायद हमारे साथ बात नहीं करेंगे. जब हम इंतजार करेंगे हमारे बच्चे हमारे साथ बैठ के बात करें, तो वो अपना काम कर रहे होंगे, अपनी फैमिली के साथ बिजी होंगे, लेकिन आपके लिए उनके पास टाइम नहीं होगा. क्योंकि आपने उनको, जब उनको टाइम की आवश्यकता थी तब आपने उनको टाइम नहीं दिया, अभी आपको उनके टाइम की आवश्यकता है तो आपको टाइम नहीं।
सर्कल ऑफ लाइफ है, आई थिंक।
Yeah.
बट दैट शिफ्ट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट कि वो फियर शुरू से ही नहीं होना चाहिए।
शुरू से नहीं
या
होना चाहिए।
इवन विद पेरेंट्स ऑल्सो, उनका मतलब जो आप, आई थिंक ये 1 घंटा इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट इन एवरी, इवन एज अ पेरेंट टू ग्रो, क्योंकि आई थिंक पेरेंट्स भी तो बच्चों के साथ, खुद भी तो पेरेंट्स ग्रो हो रहे हैं, खुद भी सीख रहे हैं कि, एंड स्पेशली ड्यूरिंग द टाइम, अभी का जो टाइम है, आपने न्यूक्लियर फैमिलीज का टाइम है, जॉब कहीं और होती है, एक्चुअल मेन मतलब फैमिली, मॉम डैड, ग्रैंडफादर, ग्रैंड मदर, दे आर completely in the different area of the country, or even globally also. So I think this is that 1 hour, even when there are activities, like you said, कि बोलने दो पहले, like that is so
Yes.
important. Like it is, I think it is, वो शुरू से एक बार अगर engraved हो गया तो एज अ पेरेंट भी जो ग्रोथ है वो बहुत दूसरे डायनामिक में होगी। आई थिंक दैट इज
बिल्कुल।
वेरी रिसोर्सफुल। ये छोटी सी चीजें हम सोचते भी नहीं है।
हाँ, और कॉन्फिडेंस लेवल जो बच्चे का है वो बहुत हाई हो जाएगा, जब उससे पेरेंट्स नहीं रोकेंगे तो वो कहीं भी जाके खुल के बात कर पाएगा।
आई थिंक वो एक फाउंडेशन बिल्डिंग का पार्ट हो गया ना, अगर बचपन से ही बात करने की आदत है कि कि दिस इज, ये हुआ, ये नहीं हुआ स्कूल में, यू आर गिविंग दैट चाइल्ड अ प्लेटफॉर्म टू स्पीक। तो आई थिंक काफी सारी चीजें देर आर कि शुरू से होनी चाहिए, ताकि फाउंडेशन, वो बिल्डिंग का फाउंडेशन जैसे हम बनाते हैं, अगर वही वीक रहेगा तो आई थिंक हाउ डू वी गो फॉरवर्ड विद द टावर सिस्टम दैट इज बीइंग डन इन इंडिया सो मच, राइट? I think, sir, all in all, we have discussed everything, and it has been really, it's an honor to be able to, have a conversation with you. And I've been reading about you a lot, your whole early child the memberships that you have and everything. It has been really an honor to actually been able to speak to you directly about, and the kind of advices that you have given, as a person who has been working also for a very long time, and in terms of profession and personal, this conversation has been very, very insightful, and I am very sure even our audience would be getting a lot of advice, जो generally मिलती तो है, but it is not given in that manner कि ये बहुत जरूरी है, कुछ चीजें in life they are so important. I think I would like to thank you from the whole team to give us, for giving us time to sit with us and have this conversation. Thank you so much. It has been an honor.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. And I believe what you people have started this podcast and inviting people from different organizations from the education sector. I think this initiative of yours will be going to benefit, the parents of the whole country, and even I can say from other countries also. Indians residing in other countries also would also be benefited if they watch these kind of podcasts. What you people are. Yeah, thank you so much, and I must congratulate you for your initiative. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for your time.